Hello students, welcome to today's daily economy. In this session, we will focus on China's currency war that shocked the global financial markets, and it has also led to steep decline in the values of several developing country currencies. The Chinese currency war, that is actually a depreciation made in the external value of the Chinese currency yuan, came as a response to Trump's tariff measure on Chinese goods. So here China weaponizes its currency to give a response to Trump's tariff attack. Okay. On August 5, 2019, the value of yuan, or what we can say the Chinese currency popularly known as renminbi, decreased to an 11-year low vis-a-vis the US dollars. Okay, and that is the lowest value of yuan since 2008. And this depreciation of yuan is in response to the new 10% tariffs imposed by the Trump administration on $300 billion worth of Chinese imports. Okay, this has been made by Trump few days back, and we will see how this Chinese central bank, the People's Bank of China, okay, it has arranged this depreciation. Usually the PCB sets a daily targets for the Chinese currency, and for the day the Chinese central bank set the yuan's daily exchange rate target at 6.9225, okay, and that also a lowest figure for several years. So that was the target set by the PCB on August 5, okay, and hence later the yuan crossed 7 yuan per dollar mark to register new lows. Okay, the yuan fell by around 1.9% to a record low of 7.1087 to the dollar in Hong Kong. Okay, and as a result of this depreciation, yuan falling from 6.9 to 7.1, that means you have to give higher number of yuan, okay, to get $1. As a result of this depreciation of Chinese yuan, there is steep decline in the global markets. Okay, the global markets shocked, including that in India, and the rupee came down. Okay, so after this arranged steep depreciation of yuan, the US Treasury labeled China as a currency manipulator. Okay, and what is the implication of the depreciation of yuan? How it works in favor of China, or how it brings something bad to the rest of the world? This low value of yuan will increase Chinese exports and will reduce Chinese imports. Okay, the low value of yuan will increase Chinese exports and will reduce Chinese imports. That means export of China goes up, whereas its imports comes down. Hence, China gets a trade gain when it reduces its yuan value vis-a-vis the US dollar. Everything is good for the Chinese economy, but not for the rest of the world. And how the Chinese strategy works. Here, the Chinese central bank, that is the People's Bank of China, okay, buys huge volume of US dollars from the Chinese foreign exchange market. Okay, that is the way in which the depreciation has been initiated or worked out. The Chinese central bank buys huge volume of US dollars from the Chinese foreign exchange market. So, in that way, the demand for dollars increases. When the demand for dollar increases, that means the price of dollars in terms of yuan increases. Okay, here you have to treat the dollar like a commodity. When we demand or purchases more and more dollars, the price of dollar increases in terms of yuan. Okay, so like in the case of a commodity, price for the dollar means how much domestic currency you have to give to get $1. That means the exchange rate between yuan and the dollar. Here we are bringing an example. Suppose that the exchange rate between yuan and the dollar increases from $1 is equal to 6 yuan. That means you have to give 6 yuan to get $1. Okay, and it increases to 7 yuan. Okay, or in other words, previously you had to give 6 yuan to get $1. Now you have to give 7 yuan to get $. So that means when we are having yuan, you have to give more yuan to get $1, or the price of dollar increases, or the value of yuan decreases. And now, what is its impact on China's trade? Previously, foreigners got 6 yuan worth of goods from China when they have given $1. Now they can get 7 yuan worth of goods for $1. Okay, and because the exchange rate of yuan changed from 6 yuan is equal to $1 to 7 yuan is equal to $1. Understand? Previously you will get 6 yuan worth of goods while you are giving $1 to China. Now you can get 7 yuan worth of goods when you are giving $1 to China. This means more goods for foreigners and they will buy more from China. So China's export will go up. This is the implication of depreciation on the export front for Chinese yuan. And look at the other side, that is on imports. On imports, similarly for imports, Chinese people were giving 6 yuan to get $1 worth of goods from foreign countries. Now, under the changed exchange rate system, under the reduced value of yuan, they have to give 7 yuan to get $1 worth of goods. Okay, so people will buy less from foreign countries because they have to give more yuan to get $1 worth of goods. Hence, China's import will come down. Okay, so depreciation of yuan means China's export increases while its imports decrease. Okay, so and thus there is a trade gain for China. That is the meaning of depreciation. Here, reducing domestic currency's value to make trade gain is called currency war. So that is the meaning of currency war. You are not imposing tariff on the imports, okay, to improve your trade situation. Rather, you are reducing the value of your own currency to make a trade gain, to export more and import less. And this is called currency war. And in this case, China makes its currency value low to retaliate Trump's tariff war. Okay, and what response has made Trump on China's policy of yuan depreciation? Trump describes that China has always used currency manipulation to steal our businesses and factories, hurt our jobs, depress our workers' wages, and harm out farmers' prices. So this is what Trump's response, okay, to China's currency depreciation. The US labels China as a currency manipulator for the first time since 1994. The currency war is a turning point on the US-China trade war, and more blows are expected to be exchanged between the world's two largest economies. Okay, so that is about the latest development on the trade war between US and China. I hope that you have got some idea about the way in which a currency depreciation works on both exports and imports, and thus bringing a trade gain. Okay, thanks for listening.